Hello, I'm Luis, Chief of AI of Excite Matches, and we are trying to help companies and startups join a European project, in particular Horizon Europe. So today we are with Mathilde Lafage, distinguished expert in intellectual property law and technology transfer. So based in Seoul, she works on reinforcing international collaboration between France, Europe, and Korea, especially in the fields of research, innovation, and industry. So, Mathilde has extensive experience supporting startups, research institutions, companies in building partnerships and navigating intellectual property rights and promoting cross-border technology transfer, exchange. In addition to legal expertise, she contributes to cultural initiatives by creating content for Korea.net and sharing stories about Korean culture experience with a global audience, we could say. So thank you, Mathilde.
Thanks to you. Thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. So how would you describe your job? Because I describe it with my word, but would you describe it?
You had the right word, actually. So I'm Mathilde. I'm an intellectual property in-house lawyer and also the director of international affairs in INOLO. So yeah, my role is to bridge Korea and France and broadly Europe in terms of innovation. So
Hmm.
specifically to Rise Europe, but any other innovation and innovative project that might occur between the two countries.
Okay, thank you. So, could you tell us what first drew you to the field of intellectual property and innovation, technology transfer?
When I was a student, I studied law.
Mm.
But before studying law, actually, I was studying science. I tried to go to med school, but I failed. So I ended up in law school. So that's why I went to law school. And I wanted to study intellectual property because there was a link between culture. So I love music, etc., and also science with patent law. So that's why I studied intellectual property, and I ended up being an intellectual property in-house lawyer.
Okay, makes sense. So you wanted to merge culture, science, law, and so that's why you're
Exactly.
here. Okay, okay, I see,
Exactly.
I see. And so why especially South Korea? Was it by chance or?
Chance, actually. I arrived in South Korea thanks to the culture, as we know, the
Mm.
Hallyu. So I discovered Korea 4 years ago, actually, thanks to K-pop. And I came to Korea with working holiday visa. So I came for fun, actually, at first. But when I was in France, I was working for a really specific company that the Korean government was interested into. So when I arrived in Korea, they found me and they gave me a job. So that's why I stayed here, actually.
Okay, okay, I see, I see. And so for more in a more technical aspect, how do you maybe see the role of intellectual property evolving with my new technologies like AI? Does it change something in your job today?
Yes and no, obviously, because the law, like the current legislation, covers most of the new technologies that we have, so AI, etc. So no, but also yes, because we have so many new domains. So as you said, AI in every possible area of science. So it has an impact on a everyday basis, I would say. Yeah.
Hmm. So do you personally use it every day?
AI,
Yeah,
of course.
of course, yeah. Right, of
On my
course.
phone, like I live in Korea, I have a Samsung, it translates everything. So I use Samsung AI every day.
Ah, right, right,
So
right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Interesting. So, um, to the last question about your job is what is your favorite part in your job? What do you like the most to do?
meeting people.
Yeah.
Actually, I meet a lot of people. Part of my job is to meet very different kind of people. So researchers, companies, officials from governments, embassies. So I meet people from everywhere and in every field. So it's something that I like in my job because I get to learn new things every day, like in every science, because I'm not a scientist at first. So I discovered many, many things every day.
Okay, okay. So meeting people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So by talking about meeting people and maybe diplomacy, you recently wrote an article, a paper about how European Union remains invisible, kind of, in Korea's diplomacy. So can you tell us more about that? Because it certainly have an impact on the ability of Korean companies to get into European projects.
Yes, I attended a conference actually on this topic. At first, I didn't know about that because even though I meet a lot of people from the governments, um, I was unaware that the like European Union was kind of invisible in the Korean diplomacy. But I was seeing that on a daily basis, not invisible, but actually not understood. That's the main,
Mm,
like, invisible was a big word, but actually it's the fact that Korea does not understand European Union. And I'm not mad about that because we don't. Even as Europeans, we don't understand everything. Um, so it's really, really hard for the Korean government to understand how, like, the architecture of European Union, because we have different countries and then we have presidents for like the parliament, etc. So it's really, really difficult for Korea to understand on a daily basis who to contact at the
mm,
European Union level if they have one topic. So that is why it is important for European Union to be more visible to these countries that are getting like more open to the world. And yeah, it's the same on a daily basis, I would say, in my job, because I have researchers and companies who are interested in Horizon Europe. But when they open like the box, it's the Pandora's box. Like they discover everything, like so many programs, so many conditions, so many countries, so many like different status in terms of countries, associated countries, etc. So, uh, yes, I think that European Union is not that invisible, but for other countries, it is hard to understand the extent of
mm.
European Union and sometimes even the power of European Union.
Yeah, so it might be too maybe complex for Korean companies, so they kind of give up easily because it's too hard to understand. I agree
Yes.
on this, and especially for Horizon Europe project when you have to build consortium with, I don't know, 12 different companies in 12 different countries, but they are all in the European Union, but Korea is not in, but can participate in the project. It's too hard to understand, so that's why we're building our platform to help the companies. So yeah, as we said before, Korea recently became associated with Horizon Europe. What are the new opportunities that this collaboration is creating, and what do you think are the main pain points, difficulties for companies to apply in a European project, and especially here in Korea?
So yeah, since Korea joined Horizon Europe, I think both parties, European Union and Korea, are getting advantages from this association.
Mm,
European Union, I would say, all of the technology from Korea, because as we know, like semiconductors, etc., AI too. It's a huge country for these sciences. Obviously, European Union is like doing really good in these topics, but like Korea can bring something to the game. So it is really, really important to add them to the Horizon Europe program. And for Korea, I would say one, getting funds. Like, let's be real, like there is money in European Union. So yeah, to get funds and also to be more open to the world because the country is really, really young, but they blew up like really, really fast.
mm,
But now I think, at least I feel that Korea understands that they have to be open to the world because they need their neighbors, they need European Union, they need every country to like make better innovations, I would say.
mm,
Um, and yeah, the main kind of difficulties about joining the program. First, like on a daily basis, I would say cultural. Because on a daily basis, I have researchers, so we don't care if they're Korean, European, they are researchers, they are working on the same topics, but I would say the culture, um, even for me, because I'm in the middle now, I work for Korea, but I'm kind of, I'm still European, so I understand them, but I have to understand Korea. So yes, the culture is really different. The language is one of the most like important difficulty between the two. Koreans are not fluent in English. Some Europeans don't, so and also the culture, like how people interact with each other. So it's not even on like researcher, it's just human interacting with people in Korea is really, really different than in Europe. Here it's more like nice, I would say. In
Mm.
Europe, we are more direct, so it is difficult
More
for
polite.
Koreans sometimes, yes,
Mm.
to understand. And even like for Europeans, I had French researchers that were kind of shy on how to interact with Koreans because they didn't want it to be mean to them. So yeah, on a daily basis, I think now and for the next few years, it's going to be cultural because Korea is getting like more and more open, but they have to learn how other people, like other countries are working. And also European Union to be more open to welcome other countries. So they have to accept that it's going to be another culture anyway.
Yeah, right. So you said um, project is about, human to human. And I think that's right because when you want to build a big consortium with different companies. It's not about just finding the good project and writing the proposal. You have to discuss with everyone in the different companies to send a lot of emails, a lot of meetings. So sometimes it's just about how you can interact with people. And if countries in Europe and Korea are so different with when they are talking, of course it will be even harder to build a good collaboration. So yeah, I think it's a good pain point. And how much time do companies spend on finding good partners, good projects, writing proposal? Do you have an idea, maybe?
It depends on the project and it depends on the person. I would say we can build, like a company can build a good project in like 2 months. I would not advise that, but they can do that like in a short time. It depends also on how many people are going to work together. But finding the good partner for me takes months. So that's why maybe, but that's why I think there will not like we won't have that many Horizon Europe projects in 2025 or 2026 because before before applying, people need to know each other. So
Right.
the majority of my job right now is to make people discuss.
Mm.
So I just make people meet. So you work in this field. Oh, I know this researcher or this company in France. So just discuss, and you will see in like 2, 3 months if you want to apply. So it depends on the people. Um, for me, for a good project, it's going to take time, so it's better to spend month or maybe meet even before thinking of applying, meeting. And sometimes I have researchers that met the right guys and they're already going to apply in like 2 months. So it depends.
Yeah. So right now, the main goal, the main objective is really about building a good network, and maybe do more Horizon project in 2026, 2027, and even after.
Yes, that's my main goal right now. Make people meet. So that's why I'm sending some Korean delegations to France. I'm traveling back and forth with researchers, with also because companies or researchers are going to be the one making the work, but I'm also bringing staff from universities and officials from ministries to because it is important to build other relationships between universities, etc. So yes. It's going to be
Yeah.
networking for the next few months, I think.
So, do you have any last advice for Korean companies or maybe European companies that want to make contact or apply in European project?
For European companies, to have a look because also for European companies, it's going to be hard to get to know the Korean market and in terms of companies and researchers because it is far away. So for European companies, I would say be more curious and look for just look in your market in the country and propose because Horizon Europe is kind of new in Korea, so not everybody is aware. So I would say European companies to contact companies here, maybe and just establish contact, and we'll see. Maybe they will be interested in applying in the future. And yes, for Korean companies and researchers, I would say be curious also about European Union in general, but mostly, obviously, about Horizon Europe. Have a look at the platform, etc. And yes, I wanted to say also be more aware of how we are doing network abroad, I would say, because Korea has a specific way of meeting people, of networking, and people are not using LinkedIn here, which is for me a big problem because I personally look for everybody on LinkedIn. When I don't find a Korean researcher on LinkedIn, I contact him and I tell him like create an account. So yes, for me, if Korea wants to um, work with Europe and the rest of the world, they have to get used to their tools. So yeah, because it's going to be important to build a network with European Union. So yes,
Yeah.
use our tools and ask questions about the program Horizon Europe. Ask as many questions as they have. On the platform, you can contact everybody or people like us who are used to work in Horizon Europe. Um, and yes, just ask questions and you're going to find some people to help you. And also on the platform, you can find so many contacts, so many previous companies who had been receiving fundings from Horizon Europe. So also these people are the ones who are going to be the most useful, I think, also.
Yeah. So thank you for this last advice. So to sum up, both Korean companies and European companies have to adapt to each other, to understand each other culture, to build a better network, and to be able to participate in a more European project. Thank you, Mathilde. So do you have any next steps, milestone to share with us?
I'm building Horizon Europe projects with some researchers right now. So, um, as the in-house lawyer behind it, I'm helping them. So I'm answering a lot of questions and yeah, continuing to make people meet. And yes,
Okay. But thank you a lot, Mathilde, for your time, for this quick interview about your job and also Horizon Europe.
thanks to you.
So yeah,
Thank you.
if you have a final word for Korean companies, what would it be?
Don't be shy. Apply.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Thank you. That's a good last word. Thank you a lot, Matthias.
Thank you.